Did a lot of good stuff. I felt like the conditions were pretty challenging out there, especially late in the day, and yeah, I did just able to hole some nice putts as well.
Did you have a favorite kind of shot or hole or anything? What was the highlight of the day, if any?
I mean, 13, that 300 hit in there was really nice. I mean, it was pretty much exactly what I was trying to do, and it was kind of one where I had to hit it really solid in order to get it there with the water short, and I just did pretty much exactly what I wanted to, and it felt nice.
And what did you want to do in terms of, you said you did what you wanted to do. What did you want to do?
Hit it really solid and really straight, just barely right of the pin. And, yeah, kept a nice flat flight, get it to go through the wind, and, yeah, it was good. Well struck. It's just one. Well, I mean, exactly how I wanted to. I mean, very rarely throughout a tournament do you hit one exactly how I intend to, and that was one of the few.
What would you describe about the rest of them? Pretty good?
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, really, yeah, good. Yeah.
Off ball, but no, Adam Scheffler was out there. He was joking. They heard a lot of Adam Scheffler out there. Did you hear that he was on course reporting today?
I heard he was on course reporting. I never saw him. I don't know. Not sure what he was doing, but I did hear he was making his debut.
Have you followed him at all, NFL news?
I mean, yeah, I love the NFL. So yeah, I definitely know who Adam Scheffler is. Did some fantasy football last year, so you definitely get to know him a little bit better. Yeah.
Scottie, I know you talked yesterday about, of course, rewarding good shots and punishing you reasonably for the less than good shots. Is that the way this played out for you today? That you got the rewards that you earned? And
yeah, I mean, I hit a lot of good shots, and I made the bogey there on 17. And if you hit 3 iron out of the fairway, you should be struggling to make par. And I actually got a pretty good line in the rough. I got a lucky break, and I wasn't able to take advantage of it. But overall, I hit a lot of good shots. I gave myself a lot of looks. I got off to a good start, and like I said, it was challenging out there late in the day. I mean, the wind was blowing pretty hard, and was able to hit some really nice shots to get some good looks.
What was your strategy in changing clubs on 17?
I was in between 8 and 9, and I decided to hit 9. Fortunately, fortunately we did because still went over the green with the 9 iron.
When you I know you live in the moment
be good, Kevin.
and not think about it. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But do you? I almost feel bad asking. But, no, do you?
No, I think it's a bad one.
No, I think it's a bad one. Do you think about the possibility of shooting sub 60? Does it enter your mind at all, or do you?
I mean, not really, to be honest with you. I mean, the conditions were really challenging out there today. So anytime, I would be surprised to see what the scores were around kind of our tee time wave, just because when I got out here to have breakfast this morning, it was very calm. When I came out to do my warm-up, it was still pretty calm. And then by the time we got to the first tee, it was blowing 20 miles an hour, and it was sustained at that for most of our round. And so, it maybe went down to 10 to 12, and then it would gust to 30. And so, I mean, it was pretty challenging out there. And so I didn't really let my mind wander too much. I just tried to stay out there and execute, and that was pretty much it.
And Colin was taking his glove off for some shots today. Said it was the first time he had ever done that. He figured it was something he found on Monday. He said golfers are crazy.
I've tried to hit without my glove, and I'm not any good at it. You definitely won't see me doing that. I got sweaty hands, so that ain't going to work.
So what do you look forward to seeing a golf course that doesn't have this much rough on the side of the fairway?
No. I mean, with the way I play golf, I mean, the more rough typically is going to be better for me. I mean, I hit a lot of fairways, and a course like Oakmont I thought suited me really well, just in terms of, I mean, it was good ball striking was going to be rewarded there for sure. I just wasn't able to do it, and so I think I've always had a preference for the tougher tests that we have. I mean, that's always been my preference since I was a young kid. I like the challenge of playing difficult golf courses, and I like the challenge of playing against really good fields as well.
So did you enjoy winning Dallas at 30 under?
Yeah.
It's just what the test was for the week.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, I won by a significant margin. So I mean, to call it 30 under, I think would be a stretch. I could have won at 23 under, and so in terms of the tournament, and also the PGA, same thing. I mean, I maybe won at 10, but it was still a pretty sizable cushion, and so I think to call the winning score when it's that big of a margin, I think is a bit silly. It's like 30 under. It's like, actually no, I won by 8. That's.
Did you just call me silly or the question silly?
Both. No, does that make sense though? It's like, yeah.
So do you start out on a day like today looking at the 62 at the top of the board and shoot for it, or do you just?
No, not at all. I mean, it's 72-hole tournament, and like I said, the conditions I felt like were tougher this afternoon, and so I was just going to try and go out and post a number and try and get myself a good position for the rest of the week. And I got hot pretty early in the round, and got off to a nice start, and then I really kept the momentum through basically hole 15, and then I had one mess up there on 17, but overall it was a pretty good day.
What was difficult about the conditions? The heat or
just the wind? Yeah, the wind.
I just have one more. You've said for a million years now that you're just a forward-thinking guy, but do you ever, when you finish a major and it was reasonably close, not everything went your way that week, how soon do you close the book on it, or how soon do you, how often do you just think about things?
That's a good question. I think reflection's always a good thing. I don't know if I'm necessarily a forward-thinking guy. I usually just try to stay in the present. And, it's just, I think there's always stuff you can learn when you're not playing as well as you should. It's maybe you could think about a shot differently. Maybe you can think about a hole differently. There's always something that can be taken away from tournaments like that. And the way I swung it the first couple rounds was pretty poor. I mean, I was not getting the ball in play. I don't know if you saw much of it, but it wasn't very pretty. But I was very proud of the way I kind of stayed in the tournament, and I still gave myself a chance to win. That gives me a lot of confidence going forward that I could, especially on a golf course like Oakmont, where you have to get the ball in play. And I wasn't able to do that in the beginning of the tournament. And to kind of hang in there, flirt with the cut line on Friday, have a good finish to my round Friday, kind of bounce back, get myself back in the tournament, and to give myself an opportunity to win was I thought felt like pretty good. And so I gained some confidence from that, and then. It's also just good reflection knowing that it's really important for me just to stay in it mentally. And I felt like last week was, oddly enough, as good as I've been mentally on the course, throughout the season.
Last week was?
I think so. Yeah.
So you didn't think about, man, if I just lost some momentum here, if I just could have done this, you think about, man, I wasn't great last week and I had a chance.
Well, there's definitely some stuff that I wish I could have back, obviously, but what's the point? The U.S. Open was last week, and as much as I want to win every tournament and play perfect golf, it's just not sustainable. And for me to be able to stay in that tournament and give myself a decent chance, even on Sunday. If I hold some putts on Sunday, I think I could have made a run, and just wasn't able to make the putts. But overall, I did some really good stuff last week, and I'm not going to sit around and waste time with what ifs.
How many tournaments do you win without hitting a perfect shot, without hitting a 3-iron? Half?
Gosh, I don't know. I have no idea. Like very few shots stick out in my mind over time. Like I think of the final round at the Players I hit when I had the bad neck in 23. 23. I hit exactly what I wanted to do on the third hole with a 9-iron. 22 Masters. The fifth hole, hit it exactly how I wanted to. And in those high pressure situations when you can hit it exactly how I'm imagining hitting it, that gives me a lot of confidence going into the rest of the round. And those are shots that kind of get lost in terms of the tournament. Like I'm not even sure if I birdied number 3 on the Players, and I know I didn't birdie number 5 during the Masters. But those are the shots when you're playing and you're in the moment. Those are the ones that give me a lot of confidence.
Scottie, last week the rounds were really slow.
Yeah. Kevin had the last one like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I just wanted to ask you about the pace of play. Last week the rounds were really slow. Do you find these tournaments with a twosome, a little bit more momentum, do you think that helps your game or any of these players' games a little bit better with the pace of play going?
Well, I think if you're going to look at the pace of play debate, I think twosomes makes a significant difference in terms of what we can do for pace of play. You also have 2 completely different golf courses between Oakmont and this one. The distance between tees on this golf course is much shorter. The holes are also shorter. It's simpler to get around this place. Oakmont's a big piece of property where the tee boxes are far apart. And, the holes go back and forth, but you finish one hole and you walk, 100 yards back to the next tee. And it's also, it's so difficult, so you're hitting a lot more shots as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Scottie.